wanted to talk a little bit about leaky gut syndrome now because it's a relatively newly defined disorder and it does affect the lining of the GI system. It's also known as intestinal hyperpermeability. It occurs when there's a malfunction of the tight junction epithelial cells, which is the skin lining cells that are located in the gut. These tight junctions should normally prevent the contents of the intestines from passing through and getting into the bloodstream. But when they're not functioning properly, it can allow toxins and antigens and bacteria, things that we do not want to pass through, it will allow them to pass through. And this is what leaky gut syndrome is. Leaky gut syndrome can be caused by a poor diet. So these are going to be diets that are high in grains, oils, and additives. So this is going to basically be your processed foods. Many of the common commercial dog foods that are on the market are going to be high in grains and oils, and also many different additives. It can also be caused by chronic stress. This could be due to a lack of exercise or living in a stressful environment. Also toxin overload. So a lot of animals are, in my opinion, tend to be over-vaccinated these days. I believe in checking titers and vaccinating when appropriate. Also parasite preventatives. A lot of animals are on medications to prevent different parasites, which sometimes is necessary, but this can also put a bit of stress on the animal system. Also being exposed to pesticides, especially where I am here in Florida, there's a lot of pesticides and herbicides that get used, and the animals are basically exposed to these on a daily basis. So this can lead to a toxin overload when they're exposed to too many of these things. Also bacterial imbalance. The type of bacteria that's in the gut is very, very important. So when we have a poor diet, or if an animal's been on antibiotics or different things that can change the type of bacteria that's in the gut, when we have more of the harmful bacteria, this can also lead to a leaky gut syndrome. When a dog is suffering from leaky gut syndrome, you will often notice that they will have irritable bowel syndrome, which is basically they'll suffer from frequent diarrhea, gas, abdominal pain, vomiting, bloating. They'll also have some skin disorders. A lot of times these dogs will have a tendency to get rashes or a tendency to get hot spots. They'll have itchy, flaky skin, chronic skin infections. This is all signs that a dog does not have proper gut health and signs of leaky gut syndrome. When a dog has leaky gut syndrome, they may also have a thyroid condition associated with that. When the dog's immune system is overactive due to poor gut health, thyroid conditions can be common. And signs of thyroid conditions are being overweight, having low energy, and also having poor skin and coat quality. A dog may also show obsessive compulsive behaviors associated with the poor gut health, because this will affect their mental state, and this can lead to them doing actions such as spinning, pacing, staring, chasing their tail, biting at the air, self-mutilation, and pica, which would be the eating of dirt and feces. Could also lead to aggression in the dog. There's many reasons for a dog to become uncharacteristically aggressive, and poor gut health is just one of those reasons, because the brain and gut and immune system are very interconnected. You could also notice joint disease in these dogs. Chronic inflammation will exacerbate arthritis that is present in the joints of the dog. As many dogs age, degeneration of the cartilage in the joints will occur. And when a dog is in a state of chronic inflammation, which is what they are in with leaky gut syndrome, this will tend to increase the pain of the arthritis. Anxiety is another symptom of leaky gut syndrome. This is due to the overworking of the immune system. This can just lead to general anxiety in the dogs, and this could show itself as separation anxiety, travel anxiety, people anxiety, object anxiety, or dog-animal anxiety. Fatigue can also occur due to the chronic inflammation. Fatigue is just a lack of energy, basically, and a loss of interest in exercising. And the last sign of leaky gut syndrome that we're going to discuss is chronic infection. So the stress that's put on the dog's immune system from the leaky gut syndrome will weaken the immune system and can lead to chronic infections in that dog. And common chronic infections include ear infections, skin infections, and upper respiratory infections. So if you suspect that your dog is having GI issues, you'll want to bring them to your veterinarian so that he or she can do some diagnostic tests to determine.
When it comes to tick and flea prevention, puppies require special care. Warm weather means it's time to enjoy the outdoors with your pets. It also means it's time to think about flea and tick prevention. Is monthly flea and tick prevention safe for your pup? Find out more about them in this video.